Hey yo, folks. I'm Cloved Games. Hey yo, folks.
Oh no! Stop.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. The stream is muted on mine. No. Oh man, I am lowered to 30 FPS and lowered the resolution by 50%. And I am still dropping a lot of frames. I mean, it's gonna be fine for this stream because it's just writing code. Like, I don't need good FPS, but I would like to not obliterate the internet for everybody else. So hopefully it's fine. Maybe someone will text me and be like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" In which case I'll end the stream early and adjust more settings. But this should be good for now. And I made a streaming profile and a recording profile, so I can swap between them and keep tweaking the streaming settings till I have something that works. I mean, it was a long time that I did live streaming on worse internet than this. I just have to rediscover the lost art of optimizing everything. But yeah, as long as the resolution is fine. In fact, I'm even going to pause the stream on my end and hope to save some internet connection. So yeah, let us begin. I finished this morning a couple things. I added gen scatter offset, very clean. This spawns randomly from any matching cells with an offset. You can like spawn torches on top of grass. And I'm gonna write documentation for that right now. Let's grab this because I need that. Yo, Castmon, how's it going? Let me find the documentation. Here we go. And I said in the Discord I was gonna eat a snack. I ate half a snack, half-heartedly, and then I just didn't want the rest. Even though I'm hungry. I don't know what's up. I'll probably just have an early dinner right after stream. And hope it works out alright. Good, how are you? I'm pretty good. A little tired today. Yo, Ryan, how's it going? Yeah, I'm good. I'm kind of tired because I slept in and then had too much caffeine, which makes me tired, and then somehow, and then I talked to my new roommates forever instead of working. But I'm here now. I did a little bit of coding this morning. So it'll probably be a evening coding shift today. Like after dinner, I'll probably actually focus for a while. I've got lots of weekend plans, which is why I'm so eager to do work today. Been cooking lots with my new roommates. Been like just going to the farmer's market and finding stuff, and then being like, "That looks good," and putting it into stuff. It's good. So I got we have some fruit we're gonna turn into compote, and I got lemon and ginger for that. And so yeah, tomorrow morning we're making pastries. It's gonna be hype. Yeah, it's been good. Glad to be in the big city. Glad to be near my people. Except for my people from my old city. Sorry, Castmon. I've moved away. Yeah. Okay, so I need to do pretty moderate. Just leave stuff on the background while I'm doing other stuff. Okay, good. I hope you're able to focus a little bit. Pretty moderate, not too shabby. What is this? Why is this song so happy? I'm not ready for this today. I don't even know what it is. Thanks, Game Chops. You can't cheer me up. Where'd you go? Haven't been sniped today. I've moved to Seattle. The big city in my area. That's where I went to school, so I know a lot of people from Seattle. You don't mind driving up to me with turns. Yeah, I'd love to see you sometime, Casmon. And anyone around the area that is in the Discord server, I'm willing to meet up sometime for coffee. So let me copy these parameters. And let me find match value is also used for paste offset, scatter paste. Oh, go back. There we go. Match value, I called it yeah, it's been good to move. Be in a new spot, be in a place that's actually walkable. I don't own a car. So, what part of Seattle? I'll tell you that in DMs later. Yeah, just prefer to not give away my exact location on public stream. Yeah, it is awesome. And I got an unusual circumstance, which means my rent is especially cheap. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do it. Always look like a fun place? Yeah, Seattle is pretty good. Let's see, values. Exact coordinates now? Oh, you can put me on the spot like that. I gotta do some math, man. I guess Google Maps could tell me. Values to... type it like that. I don't know, it's hard to convey. Like, I mean, listen, this library is mostly for me. I'm not going to worry too much about the exact verbiage of everything. And I figure the way I'm going to do it, like, I have the documentation because this needs documentation, even just for me. But if people actually end up using this library, then I'm just going to say if they have a question, they should DM me on Discord. Like, documentation is just never going to be perfect. But the idea is that this one is like gen scatter. But you can specify an offset as well. So I can be like, I want to spawn torches on 10% of empty tiles, but they should always be above stone. So I'll actually type that out because that's going to be my example. I will say gen scatter offset. How have I been? Yeah, I've been using underscores. Terrain. And then our match value will be stone. And then we'll say 0, -1. And then our replace value is no one, empty spaces. And then we can say, we can spawn a torch there. And 3% feels about right. So after a little bit of work, that will spawn torches above stone. Okay, so this code will spawn a room with stone at the bottom. We'll generate not spawns, generates. Okay, so now I just have to make the room with stone at the bottom. Gen create, we'll just say 110. And then I'm gonna do gen rectangle. Oh, also forgive me for construction noise. You might hear there's literally 10 feet away. Like 10 feet over, 10 feet down, which is, you know, the square root of I forgot how to do Pythagoras. But square root of 200 feet away. Hold on. Stream math. Where's my square root? What? That's it, right? Yeah, they're about 14 feet away. And they're building like a second house in their backyard. I've been like renting equipment for the last, well, apparently the last whole year, but I only moved in 2 weeks ago, so I haven't experienced it too much. Oh gosh, how to gen rectangle work? Well, first of all, I definitely need the terrain grid in there. And then off the top of my head, it should be left corner or bottom right corner. Actually, we'll do either corner, but I'll do it like this. 4, 9, 9. I don't think I've ever heard somebody try to explain distance using squares. Really? Well, I mean, like, the distance formula is just a modification of Pythagoras' theorem. I won't bust out the MS Paint because I'm sure you figured that out, but yeah, that's how it works. I remember, like, back in early high school when I had an exam where I was supposed to, like, calculate the distance between 2 points. I forgot the distance formula, but then I was like, wait, there's that Pythagoras one, right? And so I re-derived it. It's not that hard, really, if you know math, but that was early high school. I didn't know math yet. Yeah. Let me pull up the syntax for gen rectangle so I don't mess this up. Where is it? To shapes? Basic shapes. I don't have... Okay, I didn't write that one yet. Okay. Basic shapes, rectangle. Replace new value, outline chance setter. Okay, so I can do replace new values next. I will replace no one, and I'll make it stone. Libraries and APIs always need better documentation. Yes, I'm trying my best, but there's just some things that can't be explained efficiently, and my plan for now is to not stress about it. Now try finding the distance formula for 4-dimensional space. That is interesting. Would it not be the same? You just add another dimension in? You know, X, Y, Z, W, I guess is the fourth one usually. Or does it get more complicated? Like you do the cube root of all the different dimensions. Not the cube root, sorry, the fourth root. Raised to the 1/4. But I don't know. I don't even know if I even did distance in 3 dimensions, to be honest. By the time I was doing like 3D math, yeah, I wasn't paying attention anymore. It was college math. I was tired at that point. This should... Oh, it should be replace. This is the wrong spot. Okay, let me double check this in the editor because I realized I might have messed it up. Cell 1, cell 2, replace all value. I will add the... Where's my... There, obsidian. I will make it a not outline. It should be filled if it's 0. That's default by 0, right? Basic shapes. Yeah, it is 0 by default. Scatter offset. Do this right. Match value, offset, replace. New value. Okay, I did it all correct. I just doubted myself. Hazard of the job. Most of the time you just use matrices for 4-dimensional dimensions. Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah, at that point, matrices are definitely easier to use. Okay, so that's... I just needed... I keep clicking on the wrong thing. You know, I just put it... Change the order. There we go. Okay. Wait, this is gen scatter, not gen scatter offset. Oh, dagnabbit. Okay, we'll do it like that, and then we'll edit the gen scatter to be correct. I forgot I hadn't even written documentation for gen scatter, like the most basic gen script. It's just gen scatter, spawn stuff randomly, go for it, like confetti. Let me check the old documentation for gen scatter. Oh boy, wow, I don't know why I'm so tired. I did everything right. I even slept extra. Okay, here's this very verbose thing, which can definitely be made shorter. Why does it bold it? I don't know what's up with it. Okay, this function, I don't need that. Places of hold on, this is not how genscatter works. I need the syntax for genscatter. Oh, stop. There we go. This description, substantially better. So I'm just gonna do that. Replaces some percentage of replace values with a new value. You might have scattered, but have you raster scattered? Nah. That's like raster, that's graphics programming or something? I don't know about that. I tried to, during my independent study, learn some graphics programming, and I did it. Like, I can do shaders now, but again, with the math thing, it's not exactly not my strong suit. I'm good at math, but not what I like doing. I don't really have fun doing math. I know that, like, I could if I spent a little more time with it, but replaces a new value. This is here so that nobody thinks that when I say a percentage, like 10%, it will take exactly 10%. That is not how that works. That's what gen number is for. So this has match, replace new value chance setter. These are all the same. And I'll just make a field of grass. Replace grass with raster can be used for any grid operations. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Like, a lot of graphics programming is just matrices, so yeah, but not all of it is, not all matrices is graphics programming. I'm gonna say 10%. Trees. Alright. Control D in Obsidian is delete, not duplicate. Just found that out. Okay, Very simple. GenScatter is honestly, GenScatter is like what made me make GenScripts. GenScatter and GenNear does almost a whole bunch. Okay, so I need to add this to the table of contents. Offset? Oh, that's not correct. There we go. This open? Yep. Now I have a serious question. What do you do with a drunken programmer? What do you do with a drunk programmer? Okay, I'm sure this is a very serious question. What do you do with a drunken programmer? Send them off to C++. That's my answer. I had to say plus plus because I'm not typing it out, but you transform their XYZ. Very good. Thank you for that very serious question. I'm glad we could come up with a satisfying answer. Gen scatter paste. That's probably fine. Here's my to-do list. Behold. And I have finished documentation for GenScatter. And under advanced distribution, I finished it for GenScatter offset. And I'm going to go through at the end and do test cases, so I'm not too concerned. These ones are all checked off because they're used internally. So like grid paste is also used for scatter offset. Because of, yeah, and a lot of things, anything where like, so the principle behind GenScripts is it does something to every cell in the grid. But some functions like scatter offset with the offset value checks every cell in the grid, but then does something to a different cell. Anything like that has to be done on a separate grid first and then pasted onto the original, because otherwise your result in one cell might affect your result in a later cell. And so the order which you iterate through the grid now has an impact on the output. That was a little bit of a technical thing, but that's why GenPaste doesn't need test cases in my library, because it's literally used by all of the others. We gonna play some StarCraft 2 again soon? Yeah, I'd be game. A little bit of co-op warm-up or whatever. I'm pretty busy this weekend, but I'll let you know, Casman. I've been kind of getting back into StarCraft with family and friends, so I'd love to play with you too as well. Let's see here. So that's all done. I did some documentation. Great. How long did that take? 25 minutes? I mean, we were talking a lot too. This is why this project takes forever though. There's like literally 80 functions, I swear. Actually, how many is it? I mean, that many. Not including the ones I plan to implement but haven't yet. But I mean, look, 2 more, and I did another one earlier today. You know, a couple per day, and in a few months it'll be done. It'll be worth it, I think. This is just a really good library, in my opinion, if you want to do the specific kind of thing that I do. Why don't we work on gen number and gen number offset? Since I did scatter and scatter offset today, I think I'm in the right mindset for number offset. They're a little bit trickier because of what they do. So scatter takes some percentage of replaced values and turns them to new values. Okay, and it's independent. So like if you have 100 grass, about 10% of them will be changed. 80 functions, nothing. I would class 187 methods. Oh, trust me, I've done longer code before. My question is, and I'm sure if you have, that you relate to my struggle. Did you write a whole page of documentation for all 187 methods? Including example code? That's what I'm doing here. But also some of it is easier to write docs for, like the Yakata setters. Well, yeah, there you go. I commend you for your efforts then. Gen number. Okay, so the difference between gen scatter and gen set. Gen scatter is a % chance independent on every cell. Gen number is always a set number of them. So if you say you have 100 grass and you say gen set 10, exactly 10 of them will be changed. And that way, you can do things like guarantee that 1 key spawns, or between 1 and 3 treasure chests. You can always like guarantee that 1 to 5 veins of diamonds will spawn, just by passing in, like, that's the number, right? Which is surprisingly useful. Whereas the % chance, particularly for rare things, doesn't really work, because like if you want a 1% chance, then sometimes it just doesn't spawn at all. So for the GUI controller API system, I remember that, yeah. Makes sense. That would be quite a bit of code. So gen number, replace new value, and then number. There's also a chance, which is kind of weird, but like, why not? I don't know why you would use chance for this one. Oh yeah, no, fixed number to spawn things is crazy helpful. Yeah, you would know, Ryan, you made a roguelike. Thinking. I'd be curious someday to see, Ryan, to see your ProcGen code. I'm always interested in that. Do you have a noise function? Yeah, I have a noise function. It's not very good. I am planning to. That's one of the things I'm planning to implement, because at the time I made this, which was 7 years ago, 5 or 7, I don't remember, was I did not have the math skills necessary to do a noise function properly, so there isn't a, like, open simplex is probably what I want to implement. But I haven't done it yet. Mimics were completely random until some poor dude had 7 of them on the first run before they dropped anything. Oh damn, that's a lot of mimics, man. Yeah. It's often better to, like, just in ProcGen general, like, people think, everything's random, isn't that great? But a lot of the design work in a randomly generated game is actually just, like, limiting the randomness so that it doesn't get insane. Like, what is a suitable number of mimics? Maybe between 0 and 3. But if you just say around 3, you could get 30. And that's not good. I often will also pick things like 0 or 3, right? No mimics or a lot of mimics are both more interesting than 1. Right? Or maybe not with mimics. With mimics, 1 is probably exciting, because it's like, you know, you never know. It could be 1, right? But with, like, what I did for, like, the Sarath's Tomb and the Last Librarian, which is like a little mini random dungeon, basically every time you load a room, it picks 2 of 5 possible enemies to spawn, and it spawns only those. So it's not just like all of them all mixed together randomly. Every floor now has a theme because there could be some slimes or there could be some lizards, right? And that is just much more enjoyable by giving each floor an identity than just completely throwing it all in a melting pot and just letting it go. A negative number of mimics. Enemies, things that look like enemies but are actually chests. Anti-mimics. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I'm running away from that evil monster, but little do you know if you walked up you could press A and it would open up and give you loot. Drinking water. Hydrate, everybody. It was a heat wave this week, and it's basically over now, but it's still like 70 degrees today. You'd think that'd be hot enough, but because it's been so hot the last couple days, my feet have been cold all day. At 70 degrees. Just become accustomed to the heat. Okay, so the tricky bit with gen number is I have to find all the valid positions, at least the way I'm doing it right now. This is getting all the valid positions. And then I have to replace some number of them randomly, right? Because I need to pick a random number, and I can't think of any other way than just finding all the valid positions first. Now I think, so first of all, I think gen test will already return true for, yeah, gen test here for all. Yes. So, number one, even though this is an optimization, I'm going to remove it because I prefer the top level code to be as readable as possible. But I do have an idea. I should probably I can exit early. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, at least conceptually. Now let me run it so that I know that didn't break anything. This is Wind Waker. No, it's not. It's the other one with an island. I'm embarrassed. I should have known that. Link's Awakening. Also, Phantom Hourglass has islands, but man, I should replay the DS Zelda games just for kicks and giggles. Like, you never know. Maybe they hold up better than I remember. I mean, I might like them more than Tears of the Kingdom, for all I know. Tears of the Kingdom, my 9th favorite Zelda game. Okay, so this creates a list of positions. This destroys it. And then we get through the whole grid, and if it tests positive, then we add that position to our list. Can you array shuffle? No. Okay, so I do need a list just to use just this function. Can I use gen replace? Grid replace new value. I cannot use chance, so I will use scatter for that. So this is saying if, well, I mean, it just says it. It literally, go away. Literally says it. If there are less positions than the total number I set to spawn, just do it all, right? Now, because there's also chance here, like, I don't need to remove it, but it is kind of weird because you're already specifying a number. But what this kind of works like is like you could specify a maximum number, like 10, and then if you say 50%, it could be anywhere between 0 and 10, but it'll be a bell curve around 50. or around 5, right? So this can specify like a maximum number, and then if you give a percentage chance of that, you can specify your bell curve between 0 and whatever. And then I guess you could do it again for some number, for an additional number with a 100% chance if you wanted to shift that over. So it'd be like gen number 10 with a 50% chance would give you a bell curve around 5. And then you could gen number again 5 with a 100% chance, and that would give you a bell curve around 10. So between 5 and 15. That's kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but I'm not planning to support that anyways, so there you go, you can do it. If you understand a little bit of statistics. So I'll leave it in. No reason to remove it. Now I kind of want this to actually be a function, because this kind of is useful, but I'm gonna not worry about that right now. Because I don't want to make a whole, like I would need a whole section of like dealing with lists of points, which would be useful. But that's something not for this update. That'll be like a 3.1 update. But for now, I grab that list, I shuffle it, and then for all of them in that list, I get that coordinate, and then I call my percent chance, which I don't need to do. Do I? Wait, how does... Let me check. Gen rectangle is the simplest. Oh, I do need that. Yeah, that's the same. Chance, setter, grid XY, replace new value. What? My notes said this wouldn't support gen not, but it seems like I fixed that already. I changed nothing about this code. I just read through it and everything looks good. So that's rare 7 years ago cloaked games dub. I did it. I made good code. So yeah, let's just spawn 3 treasure chests in this section. Huh? Wait, I already updated gen number. I didn't do this 7 years ago. I just updated it and then forgot. Where did I do that? There it is. No wonder it was perfect. I already fixed it. Okay, let's look at the to-do list. It was... I knew something was up. That code was too clean. Okay, but just to confirm. Gen number offset, advanced distribution. Okay, gen number offset. Not done. Not done at all. Okay, so those ones I can fix. Well, I mean, it was good to go through anyways. It's fine. Oh, man. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah, look at that. Look at this clean JS doc. I was dang it. Now, I still have to write documentation for it, but I'll do that in a minute. So this I've changed from match value to X cell off, Y cell off, replace new value number chance setter. Wait, shouldn't number be before chance setter? Replace new value number. Okay, so I want to move all of the custom parameters to before these because these are always at the end. So that means that number actually needs to go here, even though that makes less sense. But replace new value, chance, and setter are the like standard parameters. Pretty much every function supports some subset of this. So I want to keep them always at the end because it's more predictable. So that means in my example, I need gen number to use 3 down here. Okay. And let me make sure I'm not using it anywhere else. Good. Okay, again, move number down to here. Did I fix the, not that, this one? Yeah, I did. Okay, X sell off, Y sell off. This one did not have this, because it's old JS doc. Have you ever made a function documented itself? A little bit. I mean, the way JS doc works is it kind of does. Like if you're using the library, you have this, all of this information is always available. However, places a specific number of matching values of replace values with a new value, because replace matches this. Okay. Gen grid. Okay, so now I just need to do this stuff. Number. Just paste that in there. Replace new value, chance setter. These are all the same. Boom. Handcrafted has a match value, supports array any. And an X sell off, Y sell off. And all of these things support arrays, so gotta update that code. I guess you didn't use getters and setters much. Not 7 years ago. I do now. GenScripts is a little bit weird as like just how it works doesn't. It's not. GenScripts, like its design objective is to make the top level code extremely easy, which means the internal code is a little bit more janky. But I've made it better recently as I go through things because of like just cleaning stuff up and a little bit more wisdom, but it's still not like professional code, if that makes sense. I would do it differently if I was to develop it all from scratch, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think I need this. That should be optional here. Never mind, it's not. Wait, hold on, did I mess it up? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There must be 2 here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Again, probably 2 here. That is a problem with this kind of thing, is like you could spawn 2 things right next to each other, right? But that's like something, for this example, what we did is we actually split it into a grid and then spawned them only on the grid. So these will actually never, like you can see here, there's this gap between them. This is as close together as they'll spawn. They're always on this invisible grid. Wow, I am overcome with exhaustion. I am very... maybe I'm not puzzled. I basically didn't sleep. So I slept last night, which is why I'm surprised that I'm exhausted. But I basically didn't sleep the last 2 nights, so I think it's just catching up to me. Also, I worked way too hard yesterday. I did like 8 hours of coding on freelance project, and then I cooked dinner, and then I like socialized, and then I did a lot. And probably I should have taken today off, but instead I'm doing this. I have the next 2 days off, but I'm doing stuff, so hopefully it's restful. I'll be all right though. I'm gonna finish number offset and get it working, and that will be the stream today because I'm so tired. I might have done more, but I think I might have at this point already done as much as I can bear today. And that's all I need to do. Projects like this are gonna take so long. It's more about setting a healthy pace and just doing what you can every day. Okay, so we're doing the same thing as getting all the lists, except we're gonna do it differently. Copy this. Much better. Wait a second. Grid, replace, new value, chance, setter. Again, scatter offset, grid, x, y, match. X, y, replace, new value, chance, setter. Very good. Even for the functions that work well, I have to go through them line by line because I'm gonna catch bugs. Kinda gotta do it. Okay, so this should be pretty close to the same as what I did for offset. So x, y, that stuff, internal percent. How does paste offset work? Why did I do paste offset before I did number offset? Oh, because I was doing paste and yeah. Oh shucks, I gotta do this, don't I? That kind of thing, like I have this function that just does the percent calculation for me, is some of the cleanup I have been doing on this pass. It's like, this is just better. And I use this genternal thing for like, I don't want, does weird things. I don't want regular users to use this, so the underscore genternal marks it as private, basically. People can use it if they really want to, but I will change it and break their code, so good luck to them if I do that. And I've done so much game-breaking code at this point for this update, I've decided it's just going to be 3.0, and I'm not even going to bother documenting it because it's been 3 years since I updated it, and as far as I can tell, nobody uses it. I'm hoping this update will make it so people do use it, because I'm going to start like advertising it and stuff, and hopefully find some more users and people that might contribute to open source and things like that. But I gotta get it all working first, and then it'll be done. Gen grid paste, temp grid. Okay, I should not be looking at paste offset as an example because it's different. I want to be looking at scatter offset. So yeah, do this gen test, and then I say gen set that. Wait, I can actually take this whole thing. This, you don't need to do that anymore. Memory management, you don't need to delete. Like, you straight up, literally deleting a struct doesn't do anything other than setting the variable to undefined. The struct gets garbage collected when GameMaker garbage collects it. Okay, so if the original grid matches this value, then we set the temp grid with that plus our offset. We replace anything with internal and undefined. And then when we replace it, we do this gen paste, which gets us our replace, our chance, and our setter. Gen paste does that part. This is empty, right? Yep. And then we replace all the undefined things with our new value, which gets us our new value. Replace chance, replace new value, chance, setter. All four of those are used by a gen function, which means everything should be correct. And then we clear up our extra grid and our extra list. Okay, and over here, that I need to do, but I don't think this line is required. Let me double check that. But replace is called internally by our setter. So unless a user does something wrong, yeah, it looks good. So again, this might be a micro optimization right there, leaving that in, but I'm preferring to keep the bulk of the main algorithm as clean as possible and not like optimization like performance is actually just not a design objective of GenScripts. Ease of use and clean code is. Like, I just want it to be easy to use. GenScripts is for generating one room. It's not for generating. It's not for generating like infinite terrain. If you want to do that, you're going to have to make your own system, which maybe you can use GenScripts in support of because GenScripts fundamentally is just a grid. Like, if you can deal with the grid, sure. If someone wants to optimize these things and do a pull request, maybe I'll check it out, but it's just not a design objective for me. Okay, so I think if I did this right, and I think I did this right, otherwise I wouldn't be saying this. This code is done, but I must test. So let us do gen number offset and spawn treasures. All right, hold on, what can I spawn that makes sense for? We'll do it in here. Testing assets, nope, terrain, not generic, overworld. Let's Let's make a branch sprite and spawn those next to trees. Oh no, how about an apple? I like that. Or branch. I changed my mind back to branch. That is, that's a branch, right? There you go. I'm gonna update all these sprites at some point, because I hate them. I made them 7 years ago, so I'm not spending time on this branch. Just do not care. Close! Oh gosh. I have not a single mouse that doesn't have a issue with it. It's just, annoying. Trees. We made the trees. Generating 5 branches near trees. Scatter offset. Okay, so our grid is terrain, our match value is object tree, and then I have a funny way to do this same exact code. It's probably better. Okay, I'm gonna test with this, and then I'm gonna do that other idea because it's kind of neat. We'll say ground, object branch, and 100% is fine for that. That's scatter offset. I thought something was wrong. How many do I want? I set 5 in the notes. So that actually spawned them with a 5% density, which is not the same as 5 branches. Damn it! It doesn't work! Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I'm sure it's obvious. I'm just gonna go take a peek. Let me take a breather before I look at that code. I really wanted this to work so I could be done. You gotta do it. It's the last push. I really don't want to start inputting Okay, so if it doesn't spawn at all, there's a few options. It didn't find any matching spots. Or it didn't find any replace value. I swapped these two. Oh no, I didn't swap those two. These should both be match value. Because this is the matching positions, And this is the matching positions. Again, so after the offset, right? Wait, no. Hold on a second. By definition, this is already true because these points were all added into the list over here. So I don't need that at all. And let me make sure that I didn't do that for gen number. Gen number. Gen number. Gen test. I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me check gen scatter offset because that's where I copied this from. Scatter paste. And it doesn't make a list. So it does need this gen test. And then this has a separate chance paste because it's scatter paste. So that's fine. Renaming the variables is an art form. And I don't think it's perfect yet, but this is way better than it used to be. I can actually kind of know what's going on by just the naming convention, which is really important for this. Okay, so that should fix the issue. Gen number offset should now work. I'm pretty confident in that. I mean, I was confident before, but I found the bug that exactly caused the issue. 1, 2, 3. So here's the problem. I know what this bug is too. If it can't replace, it's supposed to continue on. So gen set will only attempt to spawn Hatano Village. So gen number will, like, this bit will attempt to set 5 times. But if it fails, it won't go on to the next one. And that's because of this offset thing I added. That was just a bug before. That would have been a bug in the old version of this. So gen set should return true if it succeeds. So what I can do is say if not gen set, now, because this offset is randomized, this won't fix it because it will attempt each position still, and it will attempt up to the maximum number specified. But if it fails every single one now, it would still spawn none. So if you want to do this, you need to make sure that the offset is a known thing. So gen number offset. Okay, so the logic for this is we're incrementing number, but not more than the total number of positions. I think it's working. Like, this could just be it failed again. Like, this tree tried to spawn here. Okay, this one tried to spawn there, that one tried to spawn here, this one tried to spawn here, this one tried to spawn here. But all of these trees should have had a chance, and there's no way to me that it's only going to spawn 3 ever. Like, here's 5, good. Here's 4 again. Like, what? Gotta debug it. I didn't want to do that. Did not work. So this fallback is not doing what I thought it did. Does tinge set. Should work. Okay, so for testing purposes, let's simplify this example. And always spawn it below the tree. So now we can see whether it's failing, because there should always be 5. Yeah, this code is not working correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, that tree could have spawned 1. That tree could have spawned 1. That tree could have spawned 1. Theory, what if it's always spawning 4 because I did my for loop wrong? I did a little bit of a weird thing with the for loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Boy howdy. Okay, well, it's not that. The for loop is fine. Probably. Spawned 1. What about this tree? What about that one? It didn't move on. I did the for loop wrong. But not the part I was thinking about when I said it about the first time. This isn't running. Look. It's not in my output message. How could it not be running? Replace all with internal undefined. Oh, because I'm doing it onto the... Okay. The temp grid is always gonna work. And then I'm applying it down here. Okay, so let's put this offset here instead. Okay. Now, I do it in this order. Rather error condition be on the else. Check again. So we do actually want to do a gen test call on the original grid at our test position, and then we say for match value, no, for replace. I don't know if that made sense to anybody else, but it made sense to me. And here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I can count to 5, everybody. You know I can. Just proved it. So let's go back to the complex example, which, like I said, I think has a tiny chance of not spawning 5, but like, not a discernible chance with this many trees. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. All right. So this is just like a, very good. That'll spawn branches. Near trees. I'm gonna switch back to below because I know that this part works, and I think below makes more sense. Ooh. Nice funky remixed